Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And yeah, here we are. Video I've been wanting to do for a while now. Welcome to So Bad It's Good Cinema. I'm Scotty. You're not. And try to do that in So Bad It's Good Cinema, we take a look at the movies that are named So Bad They're Good. So Bad It's Good, the name, and this is probably the most infamous, besides The Room, as being the best worst movie ever made. And I bought this on Blu-ray specifically so I could review it for the Halloween season here on the 30th of the Octobers. And so here we are, Troll 2. Now, my So Bad It's Good Cinema reviews are not straightforward reviews. I talk about the movie, but, it's tongue-in-cheek. I've already done a regular review of this. This is different. But oh boy, do I have... Who? Okay, so, everyone is bad in this, except for George Hardy, who plays the dad. I think he's the best actor because he's the one he comes off as if he genuinely gives a shit. Everyone else is just the mom is playing it like she's sinister, like someone told her, "Hey, the mom is in on this," so she's acting like the mom. Like the first time I watched this, I thought the mom was already a goblin. Because when he's like, "Hey," when they get to the town, Josh was like, "Hey, I don't want to be here," and mom's like, "Don't listen to him. Keep going." I'm like, "Keep going, farmer. Wait." I'm like, is she on it? No, she's just the weird actress. And Holly, oh my god. Okay, Holly's so bad of an actress that when they do the dream sequence where she's supposed to be over the top, there's no change in her acting. She sounds exactly the same, and she's just, oh boy. So let's start from the beginning. Beginning of this, it's a story being told by Grandpa Seth to Joshua, our main character here, about this guy in the woods who meets who, meets this girl. She ends up being a goblin. Peter is the guy's name. He gets turned into food and the goblins eat him. And he's like, the goblins are real. And it's revealed Grandpa Seth is actually dead and is a ghost that only Joshua can see. Question mark. Except for Holly sees him later, so it's very confusing. And there's that. And then we establish that our characters are going to a town called Nilbog. And if you're not supposed to figure out what it spells, they spell it out for you. Nilbog. Nilbog. And if you, wait a minute, that's goblin spelled backwards. If you're smart enough to take when they spell it out and reverse it, that's goblin spelled backwards, you have the twist right there. And they don't reveal goblin spelled backwards until 3/4 of the way through the film. Yeah, they really didn't think you were going to get it. One of the things that makes this movie so bad it's good is that everything in this movie is played straightforward. Before I continue, let's discuss why it's called Troll 2. This has nothing to do with the first Troll, no connection. It's not even technically a sequel. It was actually a film by Claudio Fragasso, I believe, who was the director. Drago Floyd, whatever. But Drago Floyd, it was originally called Goblin. But they decided, or Goblins, whatever, they decided to catapult themselves. MGM decided to name it Troll 2 to try to catapult off the success of the first Troll. But it's not connected. There's even technically a Troll 3, which is technically Crawlers or Creepers on Contamination Point 7, or Troll 3, Contamination Point 7. I don't know. And another Troll 3 that's actually part of the 8th Tor, or Tor, I don't care. Yor, I don't know. Ator, I think. But yeah. So we established they're going to Nilbog, Nilbog. And then we establish Holly, who is talking with her boyfriend, Elliot. And her big hang up is that he always goes everywhere with his friends. I think what we're supposed to come across here was that he's spending too much time with his friends and not enough time with her. But they make it sound like the Italian writer of this movie makes it sound like having friends is a bad thing, and if he wants to have a girlfriend, he can't have any friends ever. And this dialogue, like, she's like, we're going on vacation. He goes, I come with you? I'm like, who writes it like that? She's like, okay, I'll tell my father tomorrow you're coming. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Is this a joke? No, it's played straightforward. And we get a wah moment where she's like, be at 8 o'clock at 9:30. I'll be here. I'll see you tomorrow. And then smash cut. They're in the car driving away. We waited till 9:30. That's an hour and a half how we're supposed to leave. No. Yeah, okay. We're supposed to leave at 8. It's an hour and a half. Sure. Then we later see that the boyfriend showed up with his friends, which I don't understand why. And it's not like they begged him to come along. No. We find out later he told them there would be hot girls in Nilbog and bribed them to come along. Why? You know that you're going to get in trouble if you bring them with, and you basically bribe them to come with? Why? It makes no sense. This movie makes no sense. And then Joshua sees the grandpa on the side of the road, and the grandpa's like, you don't let them go. It's an evil place. And they get there, but it's when the family shows up, comes near, it's back to being a homeless dude who wants a ride, who may or may not already be a goblin from the weird, sinister smile on his face. I don't know. Someone saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre and said, hey, just throw a hitchhiker in there. Doesn't do anything for the film at all. Eventually they get to Nilbog, and these people are so dismissive, they just leave. The thing is, they're and I don't understand this vacation myself. So the Waits family is going out to this country town of Nilbog to be farmers for a week. How is that a vacation? I don't know, because you're working on a farm. That's not a vacation. Well, this family that's here, the Presence family, I don't know, go to the city. And the dad is just going on about all the modern appliances they have. They couldn't give a shit. And they drive away. And then they get there. And they see they already got a spread, right? Food there. Grandpa said, what's up, Joshua? Don't let them eat it. You have to make sure that they don't eat it. And he's like, what do I do, Grandpa? And he goes, I'll give you 30 seconds. And he freezes times. And then Josh takes way longer than 30 seconds. Joshua takes way longer than 30 seconds to figure out what he's going to do. I counted to 30. And he hasn't even begun to start. He was standing there just staring, going, what do I do? I'm like, well, you're out of time. It should have unfroze by now. More than 30 seconds passed by. I don't know what kind of 30 seconds they were on. Could have been 30 minutes. Before he finally decides to piss all over the food. And we don't see it. He's like, I gotta do it. Unzips his pants, smash cut to them throwing it away, and another moment. Dad, don't hurt me. Don't hurt him. Michael, and then takes him up. Michael, don't hurt the boy, Michael. No. And he's messing with his, what are you doing? I'm tightening my belt so I don't get hunger pains. Does that work? I don't know. And he goes, you see these names? You see this? And he points to the names on the doors. That's hospitality. You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it. That is one of the famous infamous lines from this movie. But names on a door is hospitality. You could have just said, "You see that all that food you wasted? That's hospitality. You can't piss on hospitality. I'm gonna allow it," and it would have made sense because you actually did piss on it. Maybe I thought, it wouldn't make sense if you say you can't piss on hospitality, and that's because you did piss on it. But it would make more sense, actually. But, you know. And so and then we cut to the boyfriend and his friends. They are arriving, and they're like, "Sure, there's girls here." Yeah. And then we cut to Holly in her room doing whatever the hell this is with the dance thing. I don't know. And then Grandpa Seth shows up, and she gets freaked out, and her and Josh end up switching rooms because he doesn't know the layout of the house yet. Okay. Then it's the next morning. Okay, my boy Arnold and the others are sitting there, and this is where we get this is where they go. I'm sure, there are girls here. Yeah, there's girls here. And Arnold, he opens up his pack of smokes, takes one out, and goes, "I'm going out for some fresh air." "No, you're not. You're going out to smoke. You're not getting any fresh air from that." But he goes out, takes a few puffs, sees a girl running in the woods, throws it down, squashes it out, and runs after her, and we are getting to it. He chases this girl to this house, and this woman goes, "This is my house." Yeah, the house of overacting, maybe. This is Credence Gringwiggle, whatever. Played by an actress whose name I don't know, but this makeup is just horrifying. She's actually a very gorgeous woman in real life. And you see her later in what she really looks like, but she's like there's things like something wrong with this girl. She's like, "Oh, take this medicine, and it's this foamy, steaming broth stuff. Drink this." And she drinks, and she starts to melt. And this stuff, she runs up to the top. Bunch of goblins come around, and she's melting into this green goop stuff, which is what we know happens. And then we get the other infamous line. Arnold says, "They're eating her. Then they're going to eat me. Oh my God." Except, no, they don't, because the next time we see Arnold, he's a tree. Literally. Meanwhile, other friend decided, "Hey, I'm going to run to the store and get some breakfast food." He takes off. He gets picked up by Jean Freak. There's a name. And he says, "Here, have this green sandwich." No. And he eats it. And then he goes to the store, and he gets this guy who comes out from behind the thing like this. "What can I do you for?" "Yeah, I want some coffee." "Coffee is the devil's drink." "Yeah, eggs?" "Bleh. How about bacon?" "We're vegetarians in Nilbog." And he gives me this milk. Nilbog milk. "Drink it, and have your friends drink it too." Oh, gee, I wonder if there's something involved. He doesn't get that far and ends up running to my house. Sorry, Credence's house, where he finds Arnold. He tries to save Arnold, but as he is currently turning into goop himself, it doesn't work. Yeah. Meanwhile, Joshua and his family aren't doing very good as Joshua is spying on the people, and the people decide to give him ice cream, which is just the Nilbog milk with little chocolate sprinkled things on it. It's not ice cream, it's milk. That shows up. What's going on? And he sees that the people that they're supposed to stay in his house are still there. "What are you doing here?" "We had car trouble." "Okay." No. People who are supposed to be staying in your house did not go there. There's something going on. Joshua is screaming that there's goblins, there's monsters, there's something else is going on here. And you just, okay. So, Michael has to take off. The dad has to take off to find Holly, who has decided she's going to give Elliot an ultimatum. Elliot and third friend, is there, and she's like, you got to make a choice. It's either me or your friends. And then the dad shows up. He goes, you got to make a choice right now. And he's like, okay. And he chooses Holly. And the friend's like, you're just going to go with her? Yeah. And they take off, leaving the third friend alone. And they go back to the house. And they're having a big old to-do party. And the preacher who was preaching about, taking away the innocence and everything earlier is now like, hey, we had a party for you. We've got some food for you. And we're all nice. And the mom's like, Elliot, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, Mom, Elliot's part of the family now. Oh, Elliot. I'm just like, this is the best take they could get from these actors. Okay. We're not done. They realize something is wrong, right? Try to eat the food, and they say something's wrong. It's not right. And then they get in the house, and they barricade themselves in the house, I guess. They're like, here, eat this. And they're like, hey, we could shoot you, but we have to soak your bodies in vinegar overnight to get the blood taste out. So why not just do that? They don't come in the house with all like, hey, eat these sandwiches we got for you. It's easier that way. Then we cut to third friend, who's in the RV waiting for the others to come back, which by now you should realize something's wrong. He knows where Elliot is, but the other two. One guy was running to get breakfast and never came back. Arnold went out for a breath of fresh air and disappeared. And no. Anyway, he's in there and he starts hearing this sultry music. He looks out and he sees Credence without the ugly makeup on. And then he walks out and she's just there. So he doesn't question how he can see the outside of his camera from on the TV. But they go in there and they make popcorn. I mean, they have a corn on the cob in between them and they start popping the corn. But the corn does not pop from the cob. It pops from everywhere else around them. Yeah. Until Credence is called away when one of her trolls is killed. Yeah. And so it is revealed that the source of the trolls' powers are Stonehenge. So clearly, Colonel Cochrane and Silver Shamrock are behind it. I'm just saying. But no, so they try to contact Grandpa Seth, which no one believes at first. And I'm sorry, they're supposed to be holding hands, but when they show Holly, she's at a position like this where there's no possible way she's holding anyone's hand. But you got Joshua and the others going like this, and Holly's sitting like this. She's obviously sitting like this. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, she could be like this, I guess, and you can't see it under the camera. But it's just very... Eventually, Grandpa Seth talks to them, and the mom's like, Dad? Oh, by the way, earlier in the film, they're like, Grandpa Seth, it's a shame that he died. I know you miss him, but so does Holly, and so does your father, and so do I, his daughter. Great exposition. Anyway, it's like, is that the voice? Elliot's like, is that the voice of your grandfather? And Holly, yes! Okay. So they do this seance thing, and Joshua is transported away to where the Stonehenge is so that he can stop it somehow. Because you have to do it, or I won't have any power. I'm not going to have any power, you have to do it quick. And then he trades places with the goblin that they take care of. Chase around the house. More goblins show up, so I don't know. And we get to the Stonehenge thing, and they somehow find their way there. I don't know how they figure out where it is. And they realize you have to touch it. But Joshua is able to get them away by eating a double-decker bologna sandwich that magically transforms in front of him. And then they touch the Stonehenge thing, and it poof, explosions, and we think it's over. Other friend is still alive in a whole thing full of popcorn. He's still alive. He's the only one that doesn't die. All those friends, Elliot. And then we get a twist that still makes no sense to me. So they get home, and then the dad, Holly is with Elliot apparently, and the dad goes, "I need to go to my job and check out some stuff." I'm like, okay, this is an excuse, so he's not there for the final. Okay. So the mom's like, "I'm going to take a shower." And like she's eating an apple before this, but it's not a green apple, it's a red one. Remember that. And so she starts eating the apple, and he goes away, and he hears the water running, and he goes in, and there's just green goop all over the bathroom. And very weirdly, there's like green nipple tits. Green tits with nipples there. I don't know. There's no nudity in the rest of this film at all. And that's what you get. And then you get the goblin eating, and he goes, "You want some, Joshua?" And that's how the movie ends. And I'm just like, how does it make any sense? If they destroyed all the goblins, how is there more? If they destroyed all the goblins by touching the Stonehenge thing, how is there still more? How you could say that the people that live in their house went there and planted food as a backup plan just in case they left. Sure. But the apple was red. But they try to cover their ass by showing that the apple with green where it was bitten. No, not buying it. Yeah. Of course, there's no rating for this. This is not a straightforward review. This is just, oh, I can't say I wasn't entertained though. As Maximus once said, "Are you not entertained?" I was entertained, beginning to end, and yeah, it's so bad it's good. God, the acting is terrible. Except for George Hardy, he's probably the best. Maybe the guy who plays Grandpa Seth. Like all the goblins, people who play the goblins were told, most likely told to act like there's something wrong with it. But then the mom is acting, "I can fix the ending, okay? I can fix the ending for you." Instead of them eating something, it's revealed that, they're home free. Josh was like, "Okay, we're home." He starts eating the apple. He starts feeling weird. He's like, "Oh." He starts to melt down, and it's revealed the mom has been a goblin the entire time because it was her idea to go to Nilbog. She's been a goblin. She was replaced with a goblin at some point. Yeah. Which is why she acts devious and tells the dad to ignore Joshua. It would make sense. Too much sense for this kind of movie, so, It's a nice twist. It made it a little bit better, but yeah. So there you have it. What are your thoughts on Troll 2? Is it the best, worst movie ever made? In the comments below, share, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.